Alright, making a video. But only one today, walk and talk anyway. Um, New plan. Try to implement less videos, better videos, but who knows. Don't know if I can do this. So anyway, conference report. I mean, it's a subject. I gotta talk about it because it's there. And people say they make these videos and somebody ought to respond to them. And there's no point in playing this video because it was just the same old crap. In his book, bullshit is bullshit, and let's bullshit some more bullshit. Professor Douchebag, a good friend of mine, says some kind of douchebag bullshit. Just the same old crap from these people. So now they have undone, in their desperation, the idea that we believe anything. So to demonstrate that religion is not delusional, they just basically are going to try to make everybody delusional. Everybody's doesn't have any clue. The universe is undecipherable. We're back to the same bullshit crap that brains don't do a basic thing, which is know the environment so they can manipulate the environment. We know the function. It works for billions of years, hundreds of millions of years. Brains have been created to do this. Okay, create paths, follow paths. That's what they do. And it's just nonsense to say they don't do that. And the paths are created and made to be efficient, to get where they're going, to protect them from harms. These are all the basic idea. And the function is to navigate an environment. And, so we model the world we live in our brain. That's what our brain does. And when somebody, a religious kook, puts God in the model, they've destroyed its functionality. It's broken now. The model is a piece of shit because it has invisible hanky-panky in it. And this is no fucking point. You got it wrong. It's not the truth. It's a lie. You bought the Brooklyn Bridge. If somebody goes out and buys the Brooklyn Bridge, right, from somebody for 49 cents, everybody's going to know they're too stupid. They're either too stupid or too crazy. But they're one of those two things. They're not something else. That's what they are. Too stupid or too crazy. And you're really not going to let them babysit your kids. They're fucked. In the head. Period. So look, this isn't... Right, what else has to be said? We can figure this out. And, these people want to keep claiming we can't figure it out because they want to protect the idea of nonsense because they live on it. They feed on it. They're nonsense slugs. Yeah, that's it. They're always looking for a bucket of nonsense to stick their head in and go slop, 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 snort, snort. And that's it. It's all. That's all there is. They're just addicted to it. They've got to snort it. They've got to have their nonsense. Because it's the only reason, the only way they can justify their stupid fucking lives. And that's it. The only way they can feel good and get their little willies to pop up, I guess, is to fill the world full of nonsense. Aggrandizing nonsense. So, that's my accusation. So I'd say the people defending religion maybe aren't crazy, but they suck. Yeah, that's my theory. They suck. Yeah. I mean, really, in a way, it's worse. It's so funny. It's so ironic, in life. That there's bad, and then there's so fucking stupid it's worse than bad. And it's, it's just pitiful. The bad feeders. Yeah, that's it. The bad feeders are worse than the bad. So there wouldn't be no bad without the goddamn bad feeders. That's the way it works. The bad would slowly starve and wither and die if the motherfucking cunt bad feeders wouldn't feed it. I wish Conference Board made a video like his last video 4 years ago, so I could have just known that he was a complete motherfucking cunt. He would just abuse language, abuse concepts, just completely pervert logic out of fear of being called what he is, or an irrationalist. Oh, it's disgusting. So, where do we go from there? Yeah, I don't know. It's just so deflating to have these conversations. Intelligent people are just so fucking stupid. And it's raining and I'm all angsty. Anyway, that's really not the subject, is it? No, it isn't, Gary. You gotta do a little better than that. You're supposed to be new and improved, Gary. I just don't feel like being new and improved today. So what else can I say on this subject? The idea that belief is not complicated. That there are mechanisms in our brain. Our brain does probably stores our reality in a completely different language than we speak reality. But obviously, its shorthand works. It's very good at transcribing, because I am predictably myself every day. I don't change into something else every day. So it does a pretty good job of maintaining the register. I watched my videos from 6 years ago, and that's me. No doubt about it. Nothing's really changed. So it's kind of stupid for him to argue that brains don't work that way, that we don't hold beliefs in our brain. Well, quite obviously, I think we do. The brain holds it. The form it's in maybe be a little bit weird, but it's there in symbolic function. So that's just a complete canard, a complete contrivance, a complete shenanigan of an argument. To try to pretend our brain doesn't have beliefs in it. It doesn't have rigidly, solidly decided elements that are maybe in a million different places in my brain. The theory of round earth probably exists. And in no place in my brain does the theory of poofy dancing tra-la-la God exist. And it's just the truth. And it can be defined and described as a brain that models the universe without putting fantasy invisible superpower creatures in it. And and models based on, and it makes every effort, makes an effort. My brain actually makes an effort to make sure there isn't preposterous nonsense in it. It says, go ahead. If you think something I'm saying is complete nonsense, well then just demonstrate it. My brain wants to see the evidence. It wants to be proven wrong if it's wrong. So go for it. Unlike the kooks who will pervert reality to the extreme, break all notions of concepts of truth and belief to evade the idea that, we can recognize some things. And our brain functions as a modeling mechanism. Woo! Yeah, let's destroy that concept. Because that doesn't allow for their unique affinity? I'm a uniqueophile. Or some other kind of crap. Whatever. Ugh, just repulsive to me. that I have to sit there and defend basic functions. Yes, suffering sucks. Oh, I have to explain that to professors. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we retain recognized, consistent representational understandings of function. We learn that if you put a key in the ignition and turn it, the car will go roo 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 and the engine will start. Yep, we learn that shit. And we become very confident in the reliability of the evidence we exist in and we experience. And we draw conclusions. And sometimes the conclusions are just based on our experience, but sometimes they're based on the fact that we've actually seen the schematic of an ignition switch. We actually understand exactly why when you put the key in and you turn it, the engine starts. And we're quite confident and can be justified in our confidence in the fact that this is the truth. Yes, ignitions start engines. All right. So anyway, do I need to sarcastically batter this another round? Should I throw some more punches? Yeah. Why? Why are you doing this, Fred? And if I was talking to Fred, if I felt the need to, why? What are you doing here? What is this crap? Don't you see how you're just doing the same bullshit that all these fucking other phonies that are running from the truth are doing? You're just contriving excuses to evade the truth. And now you're just saying, let's break the truth-making machine. Let's pretend it doesn't work. I mean, it is just like somebody, you're losing the chess game and you just knock the board over. Whoops. No board. We can't, you can't win now. I mean, what this all looks like to me, yeah, break the board and then we can't do any logic or something. Break the concept of logic, break the concept of belief, break the concept of facts, break the concept of evidence. I mean, fuck. This is so fucking desperate. You can't see the desperation in this maneuver? You're going to demonstrate that religion isn't a brain breaker by breaking the concept of belief? Oh, please. Just whatever. It's disgusting. God, I hate people. Tiresome. Once a shit monster, always a shit monster. Some people never grow up. Yeah, that's a good line. I mean, it's not great. I wouldn't put it on a bumper sticker, but it's adequate for a sloppy walk and talk, spontaneously, well, not spontaneous, simulating spontaneity. Yeah, almost. Horse fly, I'm gonna have to kill you. You little cunt. Yeah, I killed him. Feel bad about it, but you can't just let him suck your shit. It's just rude. And yeah, it's probably going to die of mitosis anyway, or bird chompy-ompy, or fish gulpy-gulpy, or holy shit, I just laid some eggs and my whole fucking body blew up. That too, they die of that often. What else could it die of? Har everywhere. And apparently humans are too fucking stupid to smell it. Shit. Yeah, too stupid. Everything is just so broken. Broken brains everywhere. And none to think or whatever. Fuck. Yeah. So anyway, now I think I have enough. I think I've finished. I think I've completed. That doesn't sound right. I think I've completed bitch. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good closing line to the performance. I think I've completed, bitch. Go make me a sandwich. Yeah. Uh, that was rude. I don't know where that came from. Must be that Mike Bayul. He's rubbing off on me, and now I'm talking all snarky. Fucker. All right. Anyway, now I was done right over there, and somehow I'm still continuing, even though I was completed over there. So anyway, oh, do. Maybe frog. Thunder. Where'd you go, you little fucker? Anyway, I tried to get you some fantastic nature footage, but I failed. It was good we got some rain, because man, everything was just, I mean, it's so funny, we had so much rain in June. I mean, the most rain ever in June. And then we had nothing for the last 2 weeks. So, this is a real lawn saver. Anyway, till next time. And such. So forth and whatnot. A little add-on. Mariana did a response video on the subject, and it was kind of funny. Cutish. She even says somewhere in there, Midham's going to kill me on this one. But anyway, so first she made the argument from popularity. Yeah, popularity. 9 out of 10 people are religious, so therefore that means something like you can't call them all insane, because that would be insane to call the people insane. And I guess I would just argue the counter-argument is kind of obvious in a way, that just look at the deficit, right? Just look at the national debt. Just look at, you could just go through, and then just go through history. I mean, segregation, look at, even the women's rights crap, the slavery. You go back through all the wars over stupid bullshit. I mean, the stuff that the human race has tolerated as acceptable. Even look at the religions themselves. Why would anybody believe in a God who, is going to send you to eternal damnation because you didn't say, I love you, dear sweet God? It's not even about deeds. The religion even says, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a nice person. We're going to kill you anyway. We're going to crush you. We're going to torture you forever. I mean, what? You don't think that's insane? I think it's insane. I think it's crazy. So I think the human race has proved it's crazy. The America dropped bombs when it was winning a war. We firebombed the Nazis after we were winning. I mean, the fact that human beings suck and are stupid motherfucking cunts has been proven throughout history. In our current circumstance, I just watched the news. It worked, right? And I'm sitting there, the lead story on the nightly news is a fucking stupid twatty prince, whatever he is, douchebag. They have a son. And this is the America, this is the first story on the nightly news is fucking birth announcements. Birth announcements. So you're going to tell me they're not fucking crazy? Of course they're crazy. So anyway, that argument is void. It's not an argument. Let's talk about brain function. And so then you go on to the, we're social animals. Yeah, well then you're just making my argument. Like you say, you're just making my argument for me in a sense, because then it's just this mass psychology crap. And the sheeple syndrome. We could just call it that, the sheeple syndrome. Let's call it a disease, the sheeple syndrome. We manufacture these imbeciles that are called the human race. They're manufactured. Alright, and then you made the argument that I already dealt with before, but this argument about the science of what exactly qualifies as a disease, and whether or not you need structural dysfunction to call it a disease, and that just isn't going to work, because so many psychiatric conditions are caused by, horrendous mistreatment in youth. And most serial killers, you're not going to find a physical problem. You're going to find a psychological problem. Then you're going to obsessive compulsive disorders, all these other stuff, and all this science too. You got to be a little careful about this. I don't want to argue a bunch of scientific papers, but they can mimic these disease syndromes in the terms of brain scans deliberately. They can, if you imitate the process, you can mimic the process in the brain. So we can now notice, we can recognize Whoa, batteries, but I'm running out of memory too. So anyway, they can they can recognize this stuff and a lot. They can recognize a lot of psychological syndromes as well as physical syndromes based on brain scans. But anyway, like I said, I don't think it's appropriate to make the distinction some sort of physical damage, to put it in the to qualify it as some sort of mental syndrome that disrupts or breaks or destroys function. And I think one of the primary functions of our brain is to do logic, and when logic is resisted, when logic becomes abhorrent to somebody's brain, when facts and figures and evidence becomes the enemy in somebody's brain, then that brain is qualifiable as broken. If this was about driving a car well, I mean, if this is about any other skill, our level of competency, we'd say this is a breaking of the skill level that is too destructive. So I mean, if this was a standard that we were applying to some other function, we would say this makes you incompetent because it is sort of catastrophic to the basic function. All right, being alive isn't about being happy. It's about playing your part, being a competent controller of the instrument that is your human form. We are driving a rig of sorts, a heavy machinery, whatever you want to call it, okay? And it's important that people drive it right. And you're not going to be able to drive it right if you got a broken brain. And religion breaks brains. So, yeah, I still think I win the argument. So anyway, thank you for the polite response, but I think it was full of a little bit of mush. A lot of mush. We don't want that.